Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we will discuss how to solve a problem related to three-hinged parabolic arch, but the supports of the arch are at different levels. Okay, so in the last problem we have seen how to analyze the three-hinged arch. I have shown you how to calculate the horizontal thrust, bending moment at any section, radial shear and normal thrust. Now we'll see how to analyze an arch, a three-hinged arch, when the supports are at different levels. Okay, so now we can see the question. There is a three-hinged parabolic arch ACB which is hinged at A and B. Okay, and which are below the crown hinge C, of course. So C is also hinged by 3 meters and 6.75 meter respectively. Means the support A is at a depth of 3 meters from C, and the support B is at a depth of 6.75 meters from C. Okay, so you can see this is at 3 meters, this is at 6.75 meters. So both are at different levels. The span of the arch is 22.5 meters. So the complete span of the arch is 22.5 meters, but it's not given to us what is the distance from A to C and what is the distance from C to B. The arch carries a UDL of 30 kN per meter from A to C. So from A to C there is UDL acting with the intensity of 30 kN per meter. He is asking us to calculate the reactions at the supports. Means at A and B you need to calculate the reactions, which is RA and RB, and also the maximum positive and negative bending moments we will see. So now we'll continue with the solution. So first we have the diagram here. So I'll mark RA here. So this is RA, reaction at A. Next I have a horizontal thrust here, H. Similarly I have RB here, and also there is horizontal thrust H here. Okay, now we'll start the problem. One thing you have to remember is that since here the distance from A to C and the distance from C to B, the spans are not given particularly. First we shall calculate the distance AC and then CB. Okay, so for this we know the total span is, let's say from A to C the span is some L1, and let's say some C to B the span is L2. So the total span is 22.5, means L1 plus L2 is 22.5. So since both are unknowns, we will try to write the equation in terms of one unknown. So I'm writing L2. So L2 will be, this L1 will go this side, 22.5 minus L1. So since I don't know both the values, we will use the property of parabolic arch, or parabola rather. So from the property of parabola we have L1 square by H1 is equal to L2 square by H2. So L1 square by what is H1, 3 meters, is equal to L2 square by what is H2, 6.75 meters. So now I will apply square root on both sides. Because I have L1 square and L2 square, I just require L1 and L2. So I'll apply square root on both sides. So apply square root on both the sides. So it is under root of L1 square by 3 is equal to under root of L2 square by 6.75. Now here square and root will get cancelled, so it becomes L1 by root 3 equal to L2 by root 6.75. So just try to simplify the equation. We will end up here. In the place of L2 substitute 22.5 minus L1, which is this. So from here there will be only one unknown L1. So hence L1 after solving we will get 9 meters. So once you know the value of L1, you substitute back here in L2. It is 22.5 minus 9. L2 is 13.5 meters. So finally I got the values of L1 and L2. Okay, so this L2 came out to be 13.5 meters and L1 came out to be 9 meters. Okay, so once we got to know the values of L1 and L2, let's calculate the values of reactions RA and RB and also H value. So as usual, like in the same earlier problem, to calculate the value of H, first we take moments at either side of C. We can take any on one side, but that is when the supports A and B are at same level. So when A and B are at same level, we take either towards the left of C or towards the right of C. But now A and B are at different levels, hence you should do it on both the sides. Okay, first before that we have to go with the reactions. So see here it will be little bit different, the calculation of H in different levels when the supports of arches are at different levels. So R and RB are the vertical reactions at A and B. I have marked already. H is the horizontal thrust at each of the support. So first I am taking moments about C from the left. It means towards the left of the C I am taking the reactions. I am trying to calculate the complete equilibrium of forces I am trying to apply. So you can see RA is acting in the upward direction. So how will RA go towards C? It is like this. So it will go towards C in this way, which is a clock direction. So it is plus. So plus RA into 9. And how is H going towards C? It will go like this along my finger direction, which is minus, because it's anti-clock. So minus H into, what is the height? 3. And I have a UDL acting at from A to C. This UDL will act downwards, and how the UDL will go towards C? Again in this direction, which is again anti-clock. So minus 30 into, total span of the UDL is how much? 9. So 30 into 9 by 2 equal to 0. Why? Because moment at C is 0. So from here, RA into 9 equal to 3H plus 1215, the simplification of this value. So from here, RA can be simplified as H by 3 plus 135. Take it as equation number 1. Now we will take moments on right hand side of the C. So now if you look to the other half of the C, which is towards right, so you have RB which is moving up like this. So how is RB going towards C? Like this, which is a anti-clock direction. So it is minus RB into, what is the span? L2 13.5. Next you have H will go towards C like this, which is plus clock direction. So plus H into height is 6.75 equal to 0. So from here we can write RB as H by 2. So this is equation number 2. Total load, what is the total load acting on the arch? RA plus RB equal to the total downward load we should write, right? So RA plus RB is equal to, what is total downward load? 30 into 9, 270 is the total downward load. So RA plus RB is equal to 270 is equation number 3. Now see here, in equation 1 we got RA, in equation 2 we got RB. We know total load RA plus RB is 270. Now let me substitute the values of RA and RB from equations 1 and 2 into equation 3. So, or else directly you can add equation 1 and 2. Then you can equate to 270. Any of the thing you can do. So adding equations 1 and 2. So it becomes left hand side RA plus RB equal to H by 3 plus 135 plus H by 2. So if I take the LCM and I start simplifying. In the place of RA plus RB on the left hand side, what you should write? 270. Why? Because it's a total load. So substitute and start simplifying. You will be getting the value of H. So H is 162 kilonewton. Like this we have to solve for H when supports of the arches are at the different levels. Once you get H value, now what you do? Substitute H in equation number 1. Once you substitute H in equation 1, you will get RA. So I substitute H in equation 1. So RA is equal to H by 3, 162 by 3 plus 135, I got 189 kilonewton. Similarly, substitute H value in equation number 2, which is equation 2 is H by 2. So 162 by 2, I got 81 kilonewton. So after calculation of the values of RA and RB, you can see here reactions of the supports. I calculated RA and RB just now. He also asks us to calculate maximum positive and negative bending moment. Now we will see how to calculate this value. So first we will solve for maximum positive bending moment. So for this, take the left hand side of the arch. So I have just drawn the left hand part, which means the portion of the arch A to C with the given loading. So you have RA marked here, H here, 3 meters height, 9 meter the span of A to C, and UDL acting on A to C. Now what I will do is I will try to draw, or I'll try to take a section at a distance of small x from support A. Okay, I'm taking a section capital X which is at a distance of small x from section A. Okay, so now I will try to determine the bending moment at this section X. So what will be the bending moment at section X? So for calculation of bending moment, we follow the sign convention of sagging and hogging. Okay, so mx, so bending moment at section X is equal to RA. RA is upward direction, so it is trying to lift your arch up, so which is sagging. So plus RA into X. You have a UDL which is pressing your arch downward, which is acting downward, so it will create a hogging moment. So minus this distance is how much? X. UDL is acting, so minus 30 into x by 2. Next you have H horizontal thrust, which will always give a hogging moment. So again minus h into what is the distance up to section x, or what is the height of the parabola at section x? Y. Okay, I'm repeating. Bending moment at any section x here is equal to RA is making your arch to get lifted upwards, so it's sagging moment. So RA into x minus UDL will try to push down your arch, so minus 30 into x by 2. Horizontal thrust also will give a hogging moment, so minus h into the distance or the height y. So this is the equation. So for me y is unknown first, so let's try to calculate the value of y. So y formula I already gave you in the last video related to 3-hinged arch. So y, height of the parabola, is 4hx into L minus 6 by L square. This is a formula which is equal to 4 into what is the height of the complete section AC, 3 into x into, we don't know the distance x, right? So x into L is 18. So most of the people go wrong here. They write L as A to C 9. No, we are applying the formula of y for a complete parabola, complete parabolic arch, or a complete parabola. But now since we are considering half, it doesn't mean that you have to put 9. It should be a complete parabola. Imagine the same half is on the other side also, then only this formula would be applicable. So for that, what I am doing, when this half is 9, obviously the other half of this also, the other span would be 9. So total is 18. So into 18 minus 6 by 18 square. So you will get this equation. So substitute this equation in our mx. So mx is RA. What is RA value? 189 into x minus, this is 2 1s are 2 15s are, so 15x square minus, if you multiply this complete term, it becomes this much. So if I start simplifying, I will end up at mx as 81x minus 9x square. So after getting mx, I am trying to apply maximum bending moment condition because I need the value of x. I exactly want to know the numerical value of maximum bending moment. Now this equation would give me the bending moment at any section x, but I want maximum bending moment. So maximum bending moment would occur when shear force is 0. So what is shear force? It is differentiation of moment with respect to distance. So and shear force should be 0, right? So it is dmx by dx, which is equal to 0. So differentiate this mx equation with respect to x. So 81x differentiation is 81 minus 9x square is 9 into 2 into x, which is 18x. So 81 minus 18x is equal to 0. So from here x is 4.5 meters. Now substitute back this 4.5 meters in mx. So there, at a distance of 4.5 meters from A, you would get a maximum positive bending moment. So 81 into 4.5 minus 9 into 4.5 square. So that is maximum bending moment. So M maximum is equal to 182.25 kilonewton meter. This is our maximum positive bending moment. Now let's go to maximum negative bending moment. So for the maximum negative bending moment, take the other half. Okay. So when there is no load acting, there you would get a maximum negative bending moment. So I have drawn the figure of the right hand side of the arch. So again, the span is 13.5, height is 6.75. This is B. Here you would have C again. So I'll mark a C here. Then from B, I am taking a section capital X. So this distance would be small x. This height of the arch at section X would be Y. Again, I have marked H and I have marked RB. Okay. So now same, consider a section X at a distance of small x from B. Now I'll try to write the bending moment equation at here, this place, which is section X. So RB is trying to lift your beam upwards again, or sorry, your arch upwards. So it is a positive bending moment. So plus RB into X. There is no load acting on the arch. So with respect to loading, we can't write any bending moment. We have H. H will create a hogging bending moment always. So minus H into Y. So minus H into Y plus RB into X is the bending moment at this place. Let's substitute the values of H and RB. So mx is equal to H is 162. So minus 162 Y plus RB is 81 plus 81 X. So same as in the earlier case, again in the place of Y, take the formula of Y, which is 4hx into L minus 6 by L square, which is 4 into what is H of the the right hand side. H is 6.75. So into 6.75 into x into L, I already told you, same like the earlier case. There when it was 9 we took 18, so here it is 13.5. Obviously the other hand side also, if it exists only, we can take the formula of y. So 13.5 plus 13.5 is 27. So 27 minus x by 27 square, you get y as this value. Once you get y, substitute back in mx. So mx is minus h into y plus 81x. You get mx value to be 6x square minus 81x. Again, I'm applying the condition of maximum bending moment. So maximum bending moment would occur when shear force is 0. So shear force is dmx by dx, so equal to 0. Differentiating 6x square with respect to x would give me 12x, minus 81x would give me 81, equating to 0. You get x as 6.75 meters. Substitute this x back in mx equation. So it is 6 into 6.75 square minus 81 into 6.75. So m maximum would be minus 273.375 kilonewton meter. So like this, you have to calculate the maximum positive bending moment and negative bending moment, and also the reactions when supports of the arch are at different levels. So for the notes of this video, please click on the description of this video. You'll have a link. Click on the link and download the notes. Thank you.